Imagine this. You've been taking pills for years, but your blood pressure keeps creeping up. Now, what if I told you there's a simple food, something you can find in any grocery store, that's been shown in studies to work better than medication for some people? It doesn't cost much, it doesn't have side effects, and it can start working in just a few days. Sounds impossible? Stay tuned, because in a few minutes, you'll know exactly what it is, how it works, and how to use it safely. Why blood pressure rises with age. It usually starts quietly. You feel fine, maybe a little more tired than before, and then one day, at a routine checkup, the nurse says your pressure is a bit high. You smile, thinking it's just stress or coffee, but the next time it's higher again. And you wonder, why now? What changed? The truth is, your body has been changing slowly for years. After 50, even if you feel young inside, the walls of your arteries begin to lose some of their natural elasticity. They become a little stiffer, a little less responsive to the rhythm of your heartbeat. Imagine trying to water your garden with an old rubber hose. It doesn't expand and contract like it used to. Your blood vessels act in a similar way. When those vessels lose flexibility, your heart has to push harder to move blood through them. That extra effort is what we call high blood pressure. It's not just a number. It's your heart saying, I'm working overtime. Now, why does this happen? Part of it is simply time. As we age, tiny injuries build up inside the arteries, from stress, poor sleep, sugar, smoking, even air pollution. The body repairs those spots with microscopic patches, made mostly of cholesterol and calcium. Over years, those patches make the vessel walls thicker and less elastic. This is one reason blood pressure slowly creeps up. Another factor is the balance of minerals in your cells. When we're young, our diet usually provides enough potassium, magnesium, and calcium to keep blood vessels relaxed. But after 50, digestion changes, kidneys filter differently, and many people start missing these nutrients. Low magnesium, for example, makes the muscles in the vessel walls stay slightly tense, like a clenched fist that never fully relaxes. Even mild tension raises pressure. Stress also plays a powerful role. When you're under emotional stress, your body releases hormones, adrenaline and cortisol, that tighten arteries to prepare you for fight or flight. That's useful if you need to run from danger, but harmful if it happens every day because of traffic, deadlines, or family worries. With age, your nervous system becomes more sensitive to those hormones, so pressure spikes more easily. There's also weight. Every extra pound means more blood vessels for your heart to supply and more resistance to push against. Even small changes matter. Losing just a few pounds can lighten the load on your heart and lower pressure naturally. And let's not forget sleep. Poor or shallow sleep increases stress hormones, keeps the heart rate high, and doesn't give blood vessels time to recover. That's why people who snore heavily or wake up often at night often struggle with higher readings in the morning. You might ask, if this is all so natural, why not just take medication and forget about it? Because medication controls symptoms. It doesn't reverse stiffness, restore minerals, or fix the root causes. Pills are valuable. They protect you from dangerous spikes, but they can't rebuild vessel health from the inside. That's where lifestyle and nutrition become powerful allies. Think of it this way. Your arteries are living tissues. They respond to what you eat, how you move, and even how you breathe. When you give them the right nutrients, they relax. When you reduce stress and sleep well, they heal. And sometimes, a single natural product can do more good than an entire shelf of pills, not because it's magic, but because it supports those natural repair processes. In the next section, we'll look at one simple food, something available in every grocery store, that can help restore that lost flexibility and reduce pressure in a gentle, natural way. It has been studied by scientists around the world, and the results are truly impressive. But before we reveal it, remember this. Controlling blood pressure isn't just about numbers. It's about keeping your vessels young, your heart calm, and your mind clear. The secret of nature doctors rarely mention. Let me ask you something. What if a common kitchen ingredient, something most of us already have at home, could gently lower your blood pressure? No exotic berries, no complicated supplements, just one simple food. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? For centuries, people all around the world have turned to this humble plant for healing. It has been used in China, Egypt, Greece, and India for thousands of years. And now, modern science is finally catching up with what ancient healers already knew. I'm talking about garlic, a tiny clove that holds powerful chemistry inside. When you crush a fresh garlic clove, something fascinating happens. Inside the cells of the plant sits a compound called alliin. When the clove is cut or pressed, that alliin meets an enzyme named alliinase, and together they create allicin, the substance responsible for garlic's strong smell and its even stronger effect on your blood vessels. Allicin is not just aroma, it's active medicine from nature. Studies from respected universities, including Oxford and Harvard, have shown that allicin can help relax and widen blood vessels, improving circulation and lowering pressure. In several clinical trials, patients who took aged garlic extract for a few months saw drops in both the upper and lower blood pressure numbers comparable to what some medications achieve. And the best part, they reported fewer side effects. So how does this work? Your arteries have a thin layer of muscle in their walls. When those muscles tighten, the space inside the vessel narrows and pressure rises. Allicin helps those muscles relax by supporting the natural production of nitric oxide, a gas molecule that tells your blood vessels it's safe to open up. That same mechanism is what many prescription drugs try to copy. The difference is that garlic does it gently, in harmony with the body's chemistry. But garlic's gift doesn't stop there. It also helps reduce inflammation, slows down the buildup of cholesterol on the vessel walls, and protects the inner lining of arteries from tiny injuries. All of this contributes to smoother blood flow and less strain on the heart. In other words, garlic doesn't just push the pressure down, it heals the system that keeps it stable. Now, if you're thinking, great, I'll just eat a clove and my pressure will drop tomorrow, let's be realistic. Natural processes take time. In most studies, people saw noticeable improvements after a few weeks or months of regular use. Garlic works best as part of a daily routine, not a quick fix. Think of it as nourishment for your arteries, quiet, steady, effective. There's another interesting point. Researchers discovered that aged garlic, the kind used in supplements, contains additional compounds called S-allylcysteine and S-allylmercaptocystine. These are highly stable forms of sulfur that keep working even after the sharp smell is gone. That means even if you don't like the odor of raw garlic, there are ways to get the same benefits without turning your kitchen into an Italian restaurant. What makes garlic so special among natural remedies is its versatility. It doesn't interfere with most medications, it's inexpensive, and it fits easily into ordinary meals. You don't need to change your entire diet. Just add a small, consistent dose. Some people prefer a crushed clove in warm water with honey in the morning. Others mix it into salad dressings or soups after cooking so it stays active. The key is freshness and regularity. Doctors often overlook this because it sounds too simple. In medical school, we learn about drugs, not vegetables. Yet many cardiologists now admit that adding garlic can complement medication and sometimes even reduce the need for higher doses. It's not a miracle, it's physiology. When you think about it, nature designed this little bulb perfectly. It protects itself from bacteria, viruses, and fungi using the same sulfur compounds that protect your arteries from stress and oxidation. Every time you crush it, that chemistry wakes up and goes to work, in your kitchen and inside your body. So, the secret is out. The most powerful natural aid for blood pressure may already be sitting in your pantry, and we're just beginning to understand how deeply it can help your cardiovascular system recover and stay young. In the next part, we'll go deeper. We'll see exactly how garlic works inside your body, what happens from the first bite to the moment your pressure begins to ease. It's an elegant process, and once you know it, you'll never look at this simple food the same way again. How garlic works inside your body. Let's imagine what actually happens inside your body after you eat garlic. Not just what you taste, but what your heart, arteries, and cells experience over the next few hours. Because that's where the real story begins. When you crush or chop a clove of garlic, you release its hidden power, allicin. This compound is delicate and short-lived, but once it enters your bloodstream, it starts changing how your vessels behave. Think of your arteries as flexible tubes lined with smooth muscle. Those muscles contract and relax every moment to adjust blood flow. Allicin helps them relax more easily, widening the arteries and allowing blood to move with less resistance. The result? Your heart can pump more efficiently without fighting against pressure. Inside your vessel walls, there's a very thin layer of cells called the endothelium. You can think of it as a living skin that covers every inch of your vascular system. When this lining is healthy, it produces a natural gas, nitric oxide, that tells vessels to stay open and flexible. But with age, stress, and unhealthy food, the endothelium becomes irritated and sluggish. That's one of the main reasons blood pressure goes up. Garlic, through allicin and related sulfur compounds, helps restore the health of that lining. It boosts nitric oxide production, improves blood flow, and reduces the microscopic inflammation that stiffens arteries. This isn't a quick trick. It's a gradual, real repair. Each time you consume garlic, you send your endothelium the raw materials it needs to rejuvenate. There's another hidden effect, on your blood itself. Garlic slightly reduces the stickiness of platelets, the tiny cells that help with clotting. When platelets are too sticky, blood gets thicker, and the risk of clots rises. Garlic keeps them balanced, not too thin, not too thick, allowing smoother circulation and reducing strain on the heart. Meanwhile, garlic's sulfur compounds act as antioxidants. That means they neutralize the free radicals, unstable molecules that damage tissues and accelerate aging. By lowering oxidative stress, garlic slows the stiffening of vessel walls. This helps preserve their youthful flexibility, which is key for stable blood pressure. It doesn't stop there. Garlic also gently supports your cholesterol balance. It can reduce the production of bad LDL cholesterol in the liver while slightly raising good HDL cholesterol. That means less fatty buildup inside arteries and better overall flow. When blood can move freely, pressure naturally settles into a healthier range. Now here's something most people don't realize. The positive effects of garlic don't depend only on allicin. Once allicin breaks down in the body, it transforms into a variety of other sulfur molecules, such as diallyl disulfide and S-allylcysteine, that keep working quietly for hours. These compounds continue to relax vessels, calm inflammation, and protect cells even after the initial garlic smell is gone. That's why regular, small amounts are more effective than an occasional large dose. You may also feel another benefit: warmth in the hands and feet, lighter breathing, better focus. That's because improved circulation brings more oxygen to every organ. Many people describe feeling clearer after a few weeks of adding garlic to their diet. It's not magic. It's oxygen finally reaching where it couldn't before. And unlike chemical drugs that force your pressure down quickly, garlic works in harmony with your body. It doesn't drop pressure too fast or cause sudden dizziness. Instead, it trains your cardiovascular system to function more efficiently. The more consistent you are, the stronger the results. Of course, there's one golden rule. Freshness matters. The allicin that does all this good appears only when garlic is freshly crushed or chopped. If you cook it too long or swallow it whole, most of that compound never forms. That's why preparing it the right way makes all the difference, and we'll cover that in the next chapter. So when you think about garlic, don't picture it only as flavoring for food. Picture it as a natural conditioner for your blood vessels, a tiny daily act that helps your arteries breathe again. Every clove you crush is like a gentle reminder to your body. Relax, flow, heal. In the next part, we'll talk about how to use garlic correctly, how to prepare it, when to eat it, and how to keep its healing power intact without turning every meal into a spicy challenge. Because when you understand the method, this simple food becomes one of the most reliable allies your heart can have. How to use garlic. So it really works. Let's be honest, everyone knows garlic is healthy, but almost no one uses it the right way. Most people cook it until it loses all its power, or they swallow a whole clove and hope for miracles. The truth is, how you prepare garlic determines whether it heals or does nothing at all. Here's the first and most important rule. Heat destroys allicin. Remember that allicin is the active compound responsible for lowering blood pressure and relaxing your vessels. It's delicate, and it disappears quickly under high temperatures. So when you fry or bake garlic, that wonderful chemistry simply burns away. It may still smell great, but the healing part is gone. So how can we keep it alive? The secret is simple. Crush first, wait, and then use. When you crush a clove, those two substances inside, alliin and the enzyme alliinase, need a little time to combine and create allicin. If you cook it right away, they never get the chance. But if you wait about 10 minutes before adding garlic to your food, the reaction finishes naturally, and the allicin stabilizes enough to survive longer. Now, let's talk about how to actually eat it. For some people, raw garlic can be too strong or irritate the stomach. If you're sensitive, try mixing it with a spoon of honey or olive oil. This softens the taste and protects your digestive lining. You can also mince a small clove and add it to salad dressings, yogurt dips, or warm, not hot soups right before serving. That way, you still get the active compounds without upsetting your stomach. Another great option is aged garlic extract. This is made by soaking garlic in alcohol or water for several months. During this time, harsh compounds mellow down, and stable, odorless molecules like S-allylcysteine form. These still support healthy blood pressure, but they're gentler and easier to tolerate. Aged garlic supplements are widely studied and shown to be effective for people who can't handle raw garlic. If you choose a supplement, look for products standardized for those active compounds. It ensures consistent results. Some people prefer garlic capsules, but it's important to check what's inside. Many tablets are made from garlic powder that has lost most of its allicin during processing. So always choose brands that clearly mention allicin potential or use aged extracts rather than dry powder. Let's also talk about timing. Garlic works best when taken regularly, ideally once or twice a day. Morning is often a good time. It helps your vessels relax for the day ahead. You can eat it before breakfast with honey or after a light meal to reduce any discomfort. If you're taking medication for blood pressure, take garlic at a separate time, at least 2 hours apart, so your body can process both safely. And yes, there's the question everyone asks. What about the smell? There are several ways to reduce it naturally. Chew a few parsley leaves, drink green tea, or eat a slice of apple afterward. Those foods contain polyphenols that neutralize sulfur compounds responsible for the odor. Another trick is to crush garlic and let it sit before eating. Much of the strong smell escapes in the air while the benefits remain. Now, one thing to keep in mind: garlic is powerful, But it's not a quick rescue pill. You won't feel your pressure drop in an hour. Think of it like exercise for your blood vessels. Each time you use it, they become a little more flexible and efficient. Over weeks and months, that small daily habit adds up to measurable results. There's also something deeply human about this process. You're not fighting your body. You're helping it remember how to balance itself. Your arteries are designed to respond to natural signals, not just chemicals from a pharmacy. Garlic gives those signals back, gently, rhythmically, in the same language your body understands. So, whether you add it to your meals, take it as an extract, or mix it with honey before breakfast, the key is consistency. A clove a day won't feel dramatic, but over time, your numbers and the way you feel will tell the story. You may notice fewer headaches, better sleep, more energy, and calmer mornings. In the next part, we'll talk about who should be careful. Because while garlic is one of nature's best gifts, there are a few cases where it can be too strong. And knowing those details keeps you safe while getting all the benefits. Who should be careful with garlic? Garlic is powerful. But even the best medicine in nature isn't meant for everyone. Before you start adding it every day, it's important to understand where a little caution can go a long way. Because sometimes doing more doesn't mean doing better. Let's start with the stomach. If you have a sensitive digestive system, maybe you experience heartburn, acid reflux, or gastritis, raw garlic can be too strong. It may irritate the lining of your stomach and cause burning or discomfort. That doesn't mean you have to give it up completely. Try smaller amounts or use aged garlic extract, which is much gentler and less acidic. And always eat it with a bit of food, never on an empty stomach. Next, let's talk about bleeding. Garlic slightly thins the blood. That's one of the reasons it helps prevent clots and supports circulation. But if you're already taking medications like aspirin, warfarin, or other blood thinners, combining them with large amounts of garlic might make your blood too thin. That can increase the risk of bruising or nosebleeds. So if you're on such medication, don't stop or start anything new without talking to your doctor first. A professional can help you find the right balance. There's also a point about surgery. Because garlic affects clotting, many doctors recommend stopping heavy garlic use about a week before any planned operation or dental procedure. It's a small detail, but it matters. It gives your body time to restore normal clotting function and helps you heal safely afterward. Another group to be careful includes people with low blood pressure. If your readings are already on the lower side, regular large doses of garlic might push them even lower. That can cause lightheadedness or fatigue. In that case, it's better to use garlic mainly as food, not as a supplement. A little flavor in your meals is safe, but avoid concentrated extracts or pills unless your doctor agrees. Pregnant and breastfeeding women can also use garlic in normal culinary amounts. It's safe in food. But strong supplements or extracts are not usually recommended. During pregnancy, your body becomes more sensitive to everything you eat, and it's better to keep things moderate. And one more small but important note: allergies. Although rare, some people can develop mild allergic reactions to garlic, especially when touching raw cloves frequently. If you ever notice skin redness, itching, or unusual stomach upset after eating it, take a break and see if the symptoms go away. Your body always tells you what it needs. You just have to listen. Now, none of this means garlic is dangerous. In fact, for the vast majority of people, it's completely safe and incredibly beneficial. But knowing when to be careful keeps you protected and allows you to enjoy all of its advantages without worry. It's the same principle we apply in medicine: personalize everything. What helps one person might need small adjustments for another. If you already take blood pressure medications, don't try to replace them with garlic overnight. That can be risky. Instead, think of garlic as a gentle partner. It works best alongside a balanced diet, good hydration, light exercise, and quality rest. Together, these things build the foundation of long-term health, something no pill can do alone. Your doctor will always appreciate it if you mention what natural products you use. That's not to stop you, but to help coordinate your care safely. Modern medicine and traditional wisdom can work beautifully side by side when we use them responsibly. So, to sum it up, if you have stomach issues, go slow. If you're taking blood thinners, ask your doctor first. If you have surgery planned, take a short break before it. If your pressure is already low, stay moderate. And if everything is fine, enjoy garlic as one of the simplest, most natural ways to support your heart every single day. The truth is, our bodies often don't need complicated solutions. They need respect, balance, and consistency. Garlic offers all three, a steady, natural reminder that health is not about control, but cooperation. So now you know both sides, the benefits and the boundaries. You've learned how this humble plant helps your heart, how to use it the right way, and how to stay safe while doing it. In the end, garlic isn't just food. It's nature's quiet way of saying, take care of your vessels, and they will take care of you.